Well, then we're ready whenever you are, Gary.
Okay. Well, this is the July 10th meeting of the Washington County Fair Board. It's it's actually 16:30 your time, and it's 13:30 my time. And so we will start at this time. We have the opportunity for members out in the audience if they would like to talk. This is oral communication period number 1. If you'd like to talk, you have 2 minutes to be able to address the board at this time. We do have a later opportunity at the end where you have 5 minutes to be able to address the board, and you can only choose one. So is there anybody that would like to address the board at this time?
Bob, do we have anybody from the public online? Oh, no, what's on the attendees? Look on the attendees side. Okay, if you are online and you would like to talk, please raise your hand. Okay, I don't think we have anybody online. Open here is Jerry. 3, 4, 5. All right, and we have all 7 people. Great.
Perfect.
And
Now, do you have
nobody, no public comment.
okay. Now, do you have the agenda that you put up? If
Yeah,
not, I'll go off.
everybody's got the agenda in front of them.
Okay.
He's in Hawaii.
I don't have anything in front of me. So at this time, I know that it's usually financials. And so we have the ability to be able to address the financials this time. I don't have a packet. So I have no idea.
Okay, I'll run through that. So right now, first action item is approval of financial report for fiscal year 2023, 2024 through May of 2024. So in the packet is a memo for the financial statements, year-to-date financials, July of 2023 through May of 2024. The financial is in the packet, and I'm happy to entertain any questions that anybody may have.
Sorry, I haven't done my homework.
That's okay. Take a moment.
Yeah, I have a question, Leah.
Yes.
Yeah, what happened for the ones that exceeded the assigned budget? I noticed some of them, they are more than the on the Excel sheet or the spreadsheet. That are over. You're planning to transfer money from one item to the other?
No, we don't do that. We, so some are over, some are under, but as long as we don't exceed the budget authority, we're fine.
Okay.
And I think we're actually going to make budget on TLT, but barely.
Let's see that in April, it's like $2,500 in that training. You know what that was?
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
I guess my question, Leah, would be, and I don't have our budget that we adopted basically for this year, so what did we budget for like professional services to the point of the question of we are over in several areas and expenses and professional services is one of them.
So in the budget we're in now for July 1.
Correct.
I don't, let me see if I have it with me. I don't know that I have that with me.
Yes, so did we adjust our budget for the current fiscal year?
Yes.
Based on
last fiscal year. Yes, we did.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, because professional services looks like it's the biggie.
Yeah, it always is.
And then parking expenses just amazes me. I wish we could come up with some way of facilitating that cheaper.
Me too. It's so horribly expensive. I mean, by the time we pay for HPD and the crew that does the parking, and we pay for the parking sellers and the directors, and the supervisors and the striping and all the rental equipment that we have to do, it costs a fortune.
Yeah, $186,000.
Yeah. It's basically a break-even venture at this point.
And are we, and obviously we're budgeting for that as well.
Yeah.
You know, parking fees actually were a little upside down, but we didn't adjust parking fees,
No.
right? I don't want to do that. Okay. Anybody else have any questions on this? Because I think it looks pretty good.
I can, and I'll come back to you on that $2,500. I don't know off the top of my head what it was.
Excellent. Oh, what that expense is.
For April.
Training. That was Fair Board training. Gary went to Europe.
And Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's for July.
Well, Hawaii, I think he's probably
He's
working.
in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
That's probably a job he's on, but anyway, no response, Gary.
Did we lose Gary?
I think we lost.
We lost him. Yep. So anyway, I'd move to approve the financials as presented.
Okay.
Promote to panelist. There you go. Gotta let Gary back in. Is he gone again?
Probably got some fine internet for it from that space. That's where he is now, but somewhere. Well, actually, I think he's one of the consultants that for fire there in Maui.
That'd be fire.
Yeah,
You promote him to panelist again?
he's working, he works as a consultant
Yeah.
for one
Also,
of
yeah.
the agencies that was involved in it.
There he is.
And if he has an internet.
There he is.
Muted.
Unmute.
Okay, that's even better. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great. Thank you. All right. We just had a motion and a second for approving the financials through May of 2024.
I'm in favor.
So now
Probably didn't
you,
make a difference.
now you need to call for the vote.
Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Okay, motion carries.
All right, like I said, I don't have any items in front of me because I don't have a list. I
That's
don't have
okay.
the agenda.
So next item is approval of the proposed Fair Board policy revisions. So if you'll recall at our last Fair Board meeting in May, we went over all of the proposed policy revisions that were prepared by Washington County Council. And at the end, we gave you guys 60 days through June 1st. You were supposed to get back any questions for County Council to clarify. I did not receive any questions after I sent you guys a reminder. The only question I got was, Jerry wanted to ensure that they were prepared and reviewed by County Council, which I confirmed that they were. So this is an action item. So we have current policies when we start the fair in 9 days.
Okay, since nobody requested to review it, let's bring it up for a vote.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gary, I think, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jerry.
Okay, I think, and just to the board here, I think we have gone through these. We've had conversations about them, we've had legal review on them, so I don't see any, unless there's something that you guys think we need to bring up. And I think we can go out and move ahead and approve these policies. Is everybody okay with that?
Make it one. We approve them.
Okay. I second that. So Bob Rollinger made the motion, Gary, and I seconded that we approve
Roger that.
the new changes in the Fair Board Policy Manual.
All in favor, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye. I do. We're good.
We got everybody.
Okay, good to go.
Okay, so next item is 2024 County Fair update. So, we are 9 days away from the fair opening. So, obviously, for those that are here, you probably saw tents, parking lots. Our poor staff, has been working in horrendously hot heat. The good
Better
news.
this week than next week.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I don't know that they necessarily agree. So, it looks like it's gonna cool down for this next week, and we're hoping that it stays that way. It currently looks like, when we open next Friday, that the high is supposed to be 85, which is absolutely perfect. So we hope it sticks that way. And
Perfect.
knock on wood, say whatever you need to the weather people to get good weather. And we hope that it sticks. But, so as a reminder, this year we are celebrating, the 20th anniversary of the Fair Board making this annual tradition free admission for everybody in our community, all day, every day for everyone. So you'll see that theme a lot throughout our marketing. General update, like I said, we're opening in 9 days. So I'm going to talk a little bit about all these items on here. So safety and security is number one. We meet with the Sheriff's Department on a regular basis. Last month in early June, the Sheriff's Department took part in our 4-H safety night. So Alan and I hosted a safety night for all the 4-H families, and we had the sheriff came out, the fire department came out, and we had the Oregon Department of Agriculture out talking about all things safety at the fair. So obviously that's always top of mind. Our front gates are getting set up. Last year we had those metal detectors. This year we have the new version of those metal detectors. They arrive on Thursday and we'll start getting set up. It's the newest version of those. So our security company bought all new security equipment for that. So forward to it. I think last year was probably the first year that we didn't have some sort of incident with a weapon on the fairgrounds since I've been here. So they screened all of those out at the gates, which was good. We have Steve Volstedt coming back as our head of security like normal. We'll probably have him for a couple of more years before he retires permanently, but he coordinates with HPD and our on-site security department and also with the Sheriff's Department. So full disclosure on the Sheriff's Department, every year your board provides a budget to the Sheriff's Department that they usually request for us in advance so they could provide services for us on the grounds. It's very expensive to have all those deputies here, but for those of you that are here, you see them, they're out in force, they're interacting with the community, and we get comments and have for years about how safe people feel here because of our police presence. Right. Just a few weeks ago, they asked for a budget increase, and that's not something our budget could handle. They asked for a significant increase in the budget. We weren't able to do that. They are still going to provide the same service. They're having to reduce in some areas to try to save some money, but costs have gone up, payroll has gone up. For those of you that are in the know about the budget, costs in all departments went up, and all departments got a 5 to 10% decrease. So they're struggling. So when we go through the budget process next year, we're going to be looking at a significant increase from our sheriffs. So they do a great job, but they have rising costs, just like we all have rising costs. And that's going to have to be something that we address next year. But for this year, they're going to continue to provide us excellent service within the budget that they requested originally. Any questions on that?
Yeah, so what is their contract?
So we pay them $150,000 a year for their services, and they asked for 225 a couple of weeks ago. So
Okay.
they're
That's kind of a coming attractions thing, then we know what.
we know what's coming. So what we've committed to, we've all agreed that we are going to sit down after the fair and look exactly how many officers, where could they have adjusted and had maybe less at certain times and more at certain times. And we're going to have a plan well before budget season that we all agree on going forward.
Okay.
So it might not ever be the exact perfect amount, but we're going to try to get a little bit closer. So that means we're going to have to be creative when we're going to the budget season next year, because all costs are rising. So we'll see, cost jumps for everything next year, just like we do every year. Commercial vendors, Bob is our director of sales and marketing. Sales means also selling commercial food and commercial vendor space, like the vendors you see in Wingspan. And he also oversees our food program as well. So we have a consultant that does the food for us, and Bob oversees that program. So I think as of yesterday, all the booths were sold. I know he had a couple last minute cancellations, but he has a waiting list and then they get filled up really quick. So we're doing great on that. Concessions, the first concession stands arrived this afternoon and they are being put into place probably about right now. So they all start arriving. We have 5 carnival rides arriving tonight. So you'll start to see those go up tomorrow. Concession stands are being built. And so carnivals, the big roller coaster arrives tomorrow. It will be starting being set up on Friday. We do have the Blue Ribbon Steak Dinner and the Youth Livestock Auction returning on Saturday, July 27th. Tickets are for sale on the website if anybody is interested in going. And obviously we have your youth breakfast the last 4 days of the fair serving 4-H and FFA families. So Gary, did you already tell them the good news that Elmer's is going to be providing the pancake batter?
Yeah, I sent out a memo regarding
Okay,
that.
great. So that was a big win, I think, for us. That's just, Gary is committed to pick up the batter and then drop off the empty buckets back at the end of the breakfast, and it's pre-mixed. And they said, and what was it? What they said was, when you guys get it, don't stir it. And they're giving us a sign to put up, and they said, if you do stir it, take their sign down. So don't stir the batter, resist the urge. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
So what happens if you stir the butter?
apparently it goes,
It'll go
like
flat. That's what
it goes flat.
the
So
division manager.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious. So don't stir the batter, but Gary will pick it up every morning. But that's a really cool partnership with Elmer's. We really appreciate that.
So question.
Go ahead. Yes.
The Blue Ribbon Steak thing,
Yes.
whose event is that?
That's the Washington County Livestock Association's event.
Oh, okay. All right.
They've been doing it every year for many, many
So,
years.
our tickets are available on,
It's there. So if you go to our website, there's a link that directs you to their website, and that's where the tickets are for sale. Yeah. So you,
So-
and you guys do sell them, like if you don't sell out in advance, you'll sell them on site. And you guys normally put signs up.
that's right.
My sister gets some like it,
Yeah,
most of the members have.
okay. So, yeah, well, I'm gonna be buying too, so just let me know.
Buy them from Bill. It starts at 4 o'clock on Saturday, the 27th.
Great steak.
So in your yellow packets, while this is a great time for us to talk about this, in your yellow packets, there's a list of the things that you should attend. And the livestock auction is on there. So your parking passes are in there, your badge is in there, some goodies. So, but if you want to buy tickets for the steak dinner, yeah, see Bill or Susie or any of the Livestock Association members.
What we should,
There's a tent. Yeah, there's a dining tent.
The tables, you mean where you ate the steaks?
Well, I'm on driving share. Because of your raving about it.
Yeah.
Drive.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it's always great. Yeah. Okay, so moving right along.
For their tent, just do that piece to the shoulder.
So we've got the big 140-foot tent, just like we did last year.
And that'll be in this for the truck.
Yeah, just like we did last year. Yeah. Yep.
I was informed the other day that we had concerns about the steak fry and whether we get tickets for the people that felt put it up, like I think it was 21 day pass.
Why were there concerns?
I think
Why were there concerns?
George brought it up to me that they weren't getting the tickets or, somebody said no to it.
He asked for them yesterday. I got an email yesterday from George Saul requesting the tickets that are per their contract.
Okay.
And they are already at the front desk waiting for them, which he has been told.
Okay.
So I don't know why there would be concerns. And I actually also had a text exchange with George Saul on July 3rd about it as well. So,
Article 8 of the provide a 40 by 80 canopy for the steak fry area.
there is one. It's a 40 by 140 tent right next to the steak fry.
Would not be a tent there.
There is a 140-foot tent there.
All right.
And last year we roped it off. That was exclusive just for the steak fry participants, but the public could not access.
None of it's going to be fun. I just brought it up. It's solve a problem.
Okay.
No problems.
Good. Thank you.
the imaginary problems that get out there are very odd considering we've been talking about them.
Communicate about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, George and I have been talking. Okay, moving along, we've got our advertising and marketing update from Bob.
The 90% rule applies to fair advertising for sure. And achieve more than 10% every year. You don't really know what's going to affect a good event or bad event. But if we do too much and change too much, you don't know what was good about what had changed. So we're going with what has worked and very successful event here since we've gone at 10 days. Averaging 175,000 people. So my predecessor knew what she was doing. So I'm just jumping on her coattails. I think my change or my addition to the team really is going to push us in a direction in terms of one continuous story of the board, and that's with a brand guide. So no matter where you see our advertising, whether it's on our website, TV, radio, print, no matter where you see it, all looks the same. So on social media, digital, everything looks the same. So the same story we're telling. I think that was something you were lacking in a little bit. And so that's what we're gonna do. You can't get away from, you know, our fair being kid fair fun. I mean, it's our website, right? So it's like Nike, you just do it. It goes in and you can't change that ever. This year we're celebrating. And that's our tagline, that's our byline. I mean, kid fair fun. If you want to know a lot more about advertising, I can probably bore you to death about it, but I'm not going to do that and get into the weeds. We started our mainstream advertising on HVB Vision on the 1st of July digitally, and we started on air on Monday. So TV ads are running currently on 2 and 6. Digitally on the 1st of July. Something that 10% that did change. We're running a radio campaign for the first time. We're playing on Saturday, I think last Saturday. They partnered with us and they're going to give us spots. Great. Special event advertising, you want to get as much out as possible. So you want to do as many 15s as you can, no matter where. Tell everybody the fair's coming. People will hear. Electronic billboards. Hopefully you've seen on 26 our board on 26. Pretty bright. We also have one on 224th and then another one on Brookwood. So that's our traditional media. We have a ton of digital that is new. We've never done Google display ads and digital search ads before. I can tell you all about that, but we'll do that later too if you guys are really curious about it. We started our digital display search ads on the 3rd of June. That same day we started our Google display ads. Our metrics are off the charts. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully it translates to being better than some of that. There's a lot of that come into dependence to repair. So weather and like. Our PR, we're scheduled with K2 and Point Friday through Monday at various points. So they'll be out here starting at 5 a.m. on Friday. They'll be coming back Saturday, Sunday, and then again on Monday. So we got our good PR schedule. I'll find out with them. We're doing organic social media, paid digital media through social. Our paid social media is actually taking away from our organic media. So that's actually a good thing. That's usually the opposite, that your organic actually tracks better, but a digital and social is tracking way better, which is a huge oddity. But yeah, I'm excited. So hopefully you guys, everyone sees it, and if you have any feedback for me, or you don't see it, let me know. But you should.
Good job.
That's it.
At a very high level, how do you measure your effectiveness out there? And without getting too deep down.
Yeah, I mean, click-through rates is really big. So I'm not an impressions person because you pay for impressions through TV. What's that mean? Station or radio network is going to have their own impression base. We have just about 5 million impressions digitally right now through our paid advertising. What does that mean? All I care about is that we're over 12% on the click-through rate. So we're over 500,000 people that have actually touched our ad online. 500,000 times. So that's huge. Doing double-digit percentage in click-through rates on impressions, monumental. I've done special event advertising my entire life. I've never seen it above 5, and we're well over 12, which is insane. Hopefully that continues. We went up another 5% on our search ads today. We're at 55% on our digital search. So industry average is below 5%, so we're 10 times. That means that your fair is resonating with the local community in terms of we're providing what they want. We're just putting it out front. Free fair. Come to the fair, great entertainment. They want to be there. So we're just putting it in front of them, and then they're eating it. They're eating it up. That's what we're doing.
And the new videos that Bob had produced are phenomenal. If you haven't seen the videos, on social media, he's got one for food, entertainment, livestock, and then an overall, and then a carnival one. I mean, and he used a professional company to produce all of our videos, and they're spectacular.
Even TV networks are even reaching out to us saying this is
In the past, yeah.
it's going in the right direction. So hopefully it translates to bodies.
So what was last year's attendance?
Off the top of my head, it was like 179 or 187, something like that.
Wow.
I get the years confused.
Shooting for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his goal is 200. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then just a quick thank you to our sponsors. We've got Northwest Natural is a sponsor of, I should actually, you know what, Bob, you do this. I didn't sell these sponsorships, he did.
Sponsoring Super here is area and in growth. They're great. Narco, Jameson Malibu is actually sponsoring some of the food and beverage areas, which is great. They're a brand new partner. They've done a great job, and then you'll see their area on Friendship Square. It's fantastic. Les Schwab's doing the parking lot again. Fantastic relationship with them. They've been a huge sponsor of yours forever. I'm just continuing that one. I'm trying to find new sponsors, but that one is a great one. Those guys over there do a great job for us. Farmington Gardens provides all of the natural landscaping that you'll see throughout the fair. That's a good one. It's needed because it makes us look good, really. So that's really nice income trade. They also do a gorgeous floral display out. If you've never seen it, it's actually worth taking a look at.
It is, it's beautiful.
What's my missing?
And then Farmington Gardens also supplies all of the greenery for Brad's Reptiles exhibit as well. The other one, we've got there's Family Fun RV. They do a sponsorship of our main stage, and Coastal Farm and Ranch. That is an ongoing long-term, and I actually think this might be the last year of the sponsorship. We bought horse panels a number of years ago at cost in exchange for like a 5-year sponsorship. So I think this is the final year. Banks Veterinary Service, they provide all of our veterinary vet checks and vet care, complimentary. Christina, the owner out at Banks Veterinary Service, she's been doing this for us for a very long time, and she's absolutely fantastic. We're very grateful. And in exchange, we put, her logo up and advertise her business. And that's it. That's it. Any questions? Okay. You know what? I'm just realizing they can't see our presentation online or on the screen.
No.
Oh, guess that's my fault. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Let's see. Sorry,
Where do we park?
you can park anywhere with that. Sorry, let me see if I can figure this out.
Good. Well, I qualify anyway, so yeah, we can come in and we can park up close to the front gate. We just need to tell them that, or what?
So it's all going to be about timing. So if you get here and that lot is already full, then probably you're not going to be able to get in there. You get what you get. So if you arrive early enough, and give them your parking pass, tell them you're the fair board, they'll get you as close as they can. I remember one time Andy Dyke came like late in the evening and he was parked I think is the furthest car that I've ever seen parked away in my entire life. And I, and he was laughing because he's like, well, I should have come earlier. So those of you that are with livestock, you guys will be parked in livestock, but they will get you as close as they can.
Okay.
They will get you as
I
close as they
just
can.
wondered where we were authorized to go.
Anywhere. You are authorized to go anywhere. That's a little bit of a walk.
So I rode my bike. That was a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it is. I highly encourage
Getting right up.
commuting,
Right.
biking,
And
something.
no charge.
Yeah, that's right.
Public parking is all still, has there been any changes, like livestock parking still
Yeah.
on the west side?
Yeah, no changes to parking. Yeah. Yeah, parking is all the same.
Kind of the ranks.
They start at 5 o'clock on weekdays and start at noon on weekends. They go from noon to midnight, so they operate for 12 hours and then they have to take 12 hours off legally, and then they start back up at noon.
You do get charged.
We did.
No.
Yeah. So our main stage highlights, we do have Jackie War. I know most of you probably know who she is. She was our local famous contestant on The Voice, and we're very excited to have her join us. We have Neil McCoy on Saturday, the 27th. That is a free concert. We have our 2 movie nights. We're to celebrate our 20 years of free. The Incredibles was the #1 movie the year that we made free fair admissions. So we're screening The Incredibles. And then we're also screening Kung Fu Panda 4. For those of you that have kids, I'm told that they're all very excited about Kung Fu Panda 4. Can't wait. So last year I got to see a couple, like the first 10-15 minutes of both of our kids' movies, and I really keep thinking I should have gone back and watched them because they looked wonderful. And then we've got Edna Vasquez and her mariachi band on our final Sunday. We're really excited. Her mariachi band is absolutely amazing. So we're very, no, this is a new one. Yeah, we're really excited to get her for this year.
Wow.
Yes, and then so our 2 feature entertainments are Brad's Reptiles and iFlip. We are moving Brad's Reptiles into the Wingspan. We really needed to find a way, an activity for people to do in the air conditioning other than shopping. So we got a lot of feedback from, they're like, we want to be where it's air conditioned doing fun family activities. So since Brad is our most popular thing that we have on the grounds, we are moving him inside so people can hang out in the reptile exhibit in the air conditioning. Yes. So, and then iFlip is our aerial stunt show, and we are very excited. That thing should be starting to be built any day now. So I've not seen it no, I did see it in person. I saw it in person a couple of years ago at the Arizona State Fair. But it's making a West Coast swing this year. So we were able to get them, and then they're going up to some fairs in Washington. So we're really excited about that. And then our kids and family highlights, we've got the Grove, the Growing Grove. We actually kind of have shortened it now. We call it the Grove. It's full of family activities. We're super sciences, play, fit, fun. We have the Grove stage there that has family entertainment on it. One of them, I don't recall what it's called off the top of my head, but the whole premise of it, I think it's called the Silly Circus or something like that. But it's a choose your own adventure. The kids get to choose so the entertainer says, like we could go this way or this way, and the kids get to choose their adventure for the entertainment on the show. It's very, very cute show. And then we have Washboard Willie, who's always very, very fun for kids to hang out with. And we've got some jugglers and some other stunt activities. So lots of free family fun at the fair.
I could probably join.
The Silly Circus or the jugglers?
Washboard Willie.
Washboard Willie.
There we go.
Yep.
Bang to bang.
Yep. He will let you play with him. So our livestock entries, this was as of, I think, last Wednesday. I think that maybe we had a couple more animals register. I think actually we ended up with more goats. For open class, we're very excited that Dairy Goats has made its return. They were not here last year, but they're back. I think we have a little bit more than 250. Pygora Goat Show. We have not had a Pygora Goat Show since before COVID. So the last Pygora Goat Show we had was in 2019. So we were very excited that we had one of our goat volunteers ask if they could bring that show back, and we were very happy to have them do that. We have our open class sheep show and our open class beef cattle. So that's weekend one. Yep, Bill's not able to bring them this year, but we'll have a few beef cattle in the barn. Second weekend with FFA and 4-H.
No chance of Rollinger and Sidell getting any kind of ribbons or anything.
Not this year.
Probably
Oh,
talk about
my.
that ribbon thing.
Oh my. That's,
So,
I will be on the watch for those two.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Alan is here, and if Alan wants to jump in, 4-H numbers are tracking very well. I think beef cattle's at 48 now, not 42. Is that correct, Alan? Okay. Yes. Yeah, we have space for 48 cows, and we've got 50 cows coming, but we're going to make it work. I said everybody just has to think skinny. So, but the numbers have gone up, and it's great to see these numbers going up. So kudos to Alan and his team for making the 4-H get bigger every year. And FFA, while they don't gain a lot every year, because it's a small program, they've increased a little bit. So we're very excited that the kids, we're going to have more kids in the barns this year. Any questions? I love this photo so much. I think I've used this photo a lot this last year, but I just think it's so cute with the spotted pig and the mom beaming happily with her son. So it's one of my favorites. And then we will, of course, have the Washington County Sheriff's Posse with us again. They will be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday of both weekends. So we have a great partnership with them. They keep display horses in the barns all the time, and then they are also out patrolling the parking lots for parking lot safety. So please, when you see the Sheriff's Posse members out there, thank them. They come in here and they do such a great job. We also have a new partnership with the Posse, and they were kind of looking for more of a permanent place to ride. And so they have adopted our horse arenas. And so after the fair this year, they're going to be taking, we have a contract with them, and they are kind of taking ownership of the horse riding arena to make sure that they are perfect for horse riding, and they are going to be starting to do all their training out here so that they have a permanent home.
We had to charge them to recoup some of our monies we pay them.
Yeah, much better money back.
So, and for those of you who have not heard, I know some of you have, but not everybody has heard, the Oregon Department of Agriculture on June 24th issued some emergency rules in order to mitigate the transmission of avian influenza at all fairs and exhibitions in Oregon. So we do almost everything already that these emergency rules say. So the policy that we've had in place for since 2018 that was put together by our health department, our risk department, and your board and county council, that policy is now enabled and positioned us very well. So when these emergency rules came out, the state vet actually called me the day before he issued him and walked through everything with me just to, make sure I knew it all, because he was asking that I then train all of the fair managers in Oregon for these rules, because a lot of the fairs in Oregon don't have permanent staff or full-time staff. So I've been doing a lot of training with other fair staff for the last week on these rules. And the good news is we have to make absolutely zero changes for our protocols because we were already doing everything in there. There's some fairs out there who are last minute having to redo everything, the way they set up their barns and all of their protocols. And we already do them. We already do hand washing. We already retain records. We already have signage. We already have written protocols in place. So the only thing that's different is that we have to keep some of these susceptible flu animals away from each other. Dairy cattle, waterfowl have to be tested. We don't have any waterfowl, so all dairy cattle have to be tested by ODA within 10 days of arrival of the fair. All of the tests have already arrived. I have the FFA tests, and 4-H already got their tests, so we are good to go. All of our dairy cattle will be tested our 4-H group jumped on it right away, and I managed the things for FFA. So our tests are going to be processed here in the next couple of days. Lactating dairy cattle must not be milked in an area accessible by the public, has to be 10 feet away. We've been 6, so we have to extend it out a little bit. So we're only having to make very, very, very small changes to our program. But what they are telling us is that some of these rules are going to then be made permanent through the rulemaking process next year. So more to come on some of these. They won't be emergency rules next year because they're hoping to have permanent rules through the legislative process.
So they call them emergency rules because they're bringing him to us late.
I think it's late, last minute, and it's also in response to the federal guidelines. So the feds came out with new rules and said that every state had to adopt their own rules based upon the USDA's rules. So, and every state kind of did things a little bit different, but they still had the basic same things they all had to follow. So it all came down late because the USDA issued them as an emergency order. Then our state had to issue them as an emergency order because they couldn't go through the rulemaking process because it's a long process, as you know. So
These outbreaks are coming out all of a sudden, last couple of months.
yeah,
All over the
country. I get an update every day from the International Fairs Association, and it's Indiana, Colorado. I mean, it's just Michigan. It's every day there's new outbreaks. So we are going to be taking all the precautions like we normally do. We're moving some animals around just a little bit. Where dairy cattle and beef cattle, we're swapping them because dairy cattle and swine shouldn't be that close together. So we're just moving a few things around just to keep the animals that are susceptible to the avian flu separated from each other, because their concern is that the flu will mutate within those breeds and then pass it to those other animals. So they're very concerned about mutation within these susceptible animals. So
I don't know if there's any guidance that says dairy cattle, but the one where the kids bring their cow pairs, those 10 calves are really popular.
Yeah.
So where do you think, should we just keep them on the right side of the beef barn?
So all dairy cattle are going to be moved to the other side of the barn. We're swapping entirely.
Right, correct. And because they're producing milk for their baby.
They're not, but they've not said that beef cattle are anything we have to worry about. They're talking about dairy cattle. Any questions?
There have to die from it.
Yeah.
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 There's 4 so far.
Yeah, it's no joke. That's why the USDA is, and then the CDC did follow up rules right behind the USDA. So we have CDC rules that we are also having to follow, but it's already within our biosecurity policy. So good job passing that many years ago. We've taken a lot of flack for our biosecurity policy, but there's a lot of fairs out there who are absolutely scrambling. They have no policy. They have no hand washing stations. They don't know how to sanitize things. They clean nothing. They do not separate paths. And they're now having to create this from scratch last minute in an emergency order. So we got a whole year to be thoughtful about our process. So kudos to the board and staff for making that happen.
And policy, really, I mean, even though we just did all this policy revision, it's pretty much what we have been doing for the past few years.
Yeah. We only made a few small changes to, we came out of the gate in 2018 with some really strong rules that in practice, they didn't really work out. So that's where the policy we just revised tonight puts into writing what we're actually doing. And then static exhibits, 4-H exhibits are going to be located in the Cloverleaf building. And Alan can tell you it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You take a break Monday, Tuesday, and then back on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Right.
Okay, perfect. And then FFA and open class exhibits are going to be located in Wingspan and are open all 10 days of the fair. The open class exhibits, which is all the home art exhibits, the jams, the quilts, the jellies, that kind of stuff. Those entries we're seeing more entries every day. Those entries don't close until this week, so we don't have a complete picture of how many yet, but we are getting phone calls every day about how do you enter your cucumber, how do you enter your photography. So tell everybody they've got until Friday to enter.
Time for.
You have to register in advance and then you bring everything on one specific day.
Oh,
Yeah, so you register in advance and then whatever day it is, I don't remember, it's sometime next
Saturday.
week, Saturday. You bring all your stuff and we get it displayed, so. Lots of entries.
Mary's everything.
Good, excellent.
Funny rabbit? No.
Do we get to know what she's entering? Oh, no, okay.
What's your picture there now?
Oh, cute. Okay,
In a unique situation.
and that's all I have for a fair presentation. Any questions?
I
Yes,
do, it's just kind of a general question that might need the specifics. It's always about change, right? You know, I mean, as far as, so it's a positive change. Definitely gonna be able to use the show ring, the covered show rings this year for showing.
Yep.
Beef and dairy cattle, have a big tent. I mean, outside of the exhibit stuff, it's just gonna be a large dining tent.
just, yep, same like, just like last year, yep.
Yeah. Or, and then, so the first change I heard, which isn't a big deal, I don't think, is just swapping barns between beef and dairy.
Right.
And then is there any, so a lot of people don't know about change until they show up for the fair. Is there anything else that's really changed from last year's fair then?
In relation to,
Just the live, like, in specific.
specific to livestock.
Right. 4-H and.
Not, I mean, other than these emergency rules, which really aren't, we just have to do a couple things. We have to have hand sanitizer in with all of the susceptible species where we don't normally have, they normally don't encourage hand sanitizer because they would rather encourage hand washing, but they're just having us double layer around those, dairy, cattle, swine, and poultry. So there's just little small things. We're swapping the barn. That barn is a mirror image of each other, so it shouldn't be too upsetting to anybody, but I know people have a hard time with change. Other than that, from a livestock standpoint, I mean, can you think of anything, Ellen?
You can have way more turkeys.
We do.
I can turkey in my backyard, no problem. Still sell it as an option.
Yep,
So they are going in the,
breezeway.
yes.
Yeah.
And that is the best one with the livestock.
Yeah.
The option, so, and that, I think. that's my-
What do you do with the live turkey?
You sell it. You sell it.
Okay, so what do you do with it? Go from now to Thanksgiving? I mean. so-
It goes in your freezer.
Okay, so there is an organization that actually.
Yes,
butchers those-
our livestock association will sell it in the auction and then they can send it to a processing place. I'm trying to be really PC right now. And then they will get it for you and you can put it in your freezer until Thanksgiving.
Problem solved.
It's always. And with one place, and have a box.
See, you can have a turkey already. You don't even have to wait until November.
And just for your education, that's what a lot of businesses that are bidding at this auction do, is
Yeah.
that they like, let's Schwab, we're gonna buy a steer. And we're in that for the, I think the holidays, gift is, steaks and ground beef from that animal that they purchased. from,
Yeah.
which gift. Or anything.
Yeah, one guy signed up this year to buy 10 hogs. And it's for the Oregon event.
Excellent. I love those.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something to talk about with the media.
Yeah.
Talk to Bill. Or George Saul.
Yeah, so, and that's the other thing, 4-H, and livestock association are different entities, as on the education, they're the money, and it's separate.
Yeah, so the Washington County Livestock Association runs the livestock auction that 4-H and FFA kids participate in. And they do the dinner. So, but thank you, Bill, for bringing that up. So, I know that there's always every year that somebody buys something and donates it to something. So we would love to get some media on that. So I'll have Bob reach out to George on that one.
Georgia one. Thanks out to guys.
That's fantastic. That is a great story for our media. Okay,
So,
How much to bid?
Much to bid? Well, if you're selling it, it's zero.
You could go up to $5, $10, $15 a pound.
I highly encourage you to go and get registered at the auction, sit through the auction, and if you choose to bid on something, then you're all ready to go.
Be there at 4 o'clock, registered.
Everybody would hurt.
I work with turkeys, okay? Danny excluded, okay? There you go.
That's like, I'm glad that you said something so nice, but I was like. Well,
I'm good. I'll send in my shield there, so somebody else. Do that.
So.
All right.
You'll have an imposture.
That's right.
They won't even know you put it on.
Okay, moving right along. We've got a 4-H update from Alan.
I will come to, can they hear on the computer?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, fancy, okay, so, a lot of it's been covered, but I'm looking forward to this starting in 9 days. We will start with dog fair. So if any of you are interested in seeing our dogs, they do agility, they do showmanship, and they do rally, thank you. It's like-
Mrs. daughter is gonna show her dog.
My oldest was gonna do it, but not this year, our dog needs to work. So there's a lot of really cool opportunities there that it'll be Saturday and Sunday. There'll also be some of our other events where kids who created their own clothes, that's called a fashion review. That will be a contest on one of the weekend days. Another thing that I said the last time, and now it's become a thing between the fire department and the police department.
Oh, that's right.
Is the Sheep and Goat.
Sheep and Goat Olympics.
So we threw down a challenge.
We threw down a challenge at our safety night for the sheriff's department and the fire department
Yes.
to compete against each other in the Sheep and Goat Olympics.
Yep, and the Sheep and Goat Olympics are the same night as the Paris Olympic opening ceremony. So I think this is just a golden opportunity. I think I challenge each of you on the fair board to participate in the Sheep and Goat Olympics.
Do it.
Exactly, yes.
Bob would be a good goat.
We would love to tell you.
We're given one of the goats or one of the sheep that the 4-H or FFA kids have brought. And there's an obstacle course. There's like a hula hoop they have to jump through. They have to walk over some tarp. That you have to get them on the milking stand and off the milking stand. There was one other thing. I can't remember what it was. You have to hop over.
They had to go over something, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just.
With a professionally trained goat.
I don't know. Oh, Gary brought it up, but we are too experienced animals.
Here's your golden
right.
opportunity. If you want more, then you better participate.
So.
It's great. And so it's literally just a bunch of fun
Oh, that sounds great.
on the 26th, which is the last Friday.
Is all of this on the website?
It is, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
In fact, it should be in your manila envelope of the most important thing.
You know, I didn't put that one on there, but yeah, you guys should go. It's super fun to watch.
She gonna be a sheep or a goat?
I wouldn't call her.
Careful.
Is this recorded?
Yeah.
Blackmail.
Nice. So looking forward to all the other showmanship activities that will be happening during the weekdays. Obviously, it's not open to the public, but a lot of the family members that are coming through the Cloverleaf parking lot, they will be signed parking passes and lanyards that show that they are part of our group. They're not just some random people. I actually drove to the new Cloverleaf parking gate. That thing's intense. It's like no one's getting past that now,
Well,
which is.
it's currently broken, so
Oh, no, really?
it'll be fixed before the fair, but
Oh.
housing hit it when they were moving out of the shelter. It's currently stuck open.
Oh, well, hey, I did see a rope, so I mean, that works for now. And then we do have our horse fair happening right now, just started today, but they will be here. Currently, with the numbers that we have, I'm gonna have full barns during the last 3 days of fair, but not on the Wednesday, Thursday so far, but
How many?
I don't know the
Okay.
numbers yet.
I just want to make sure we have the number of stalls.
Yeah, we have anywhere from that 3 to 6 number, but
Okay.
like last year, I think it'll be perfect.
Okay.
Because we want them to have that relationship with this fairgrounds, and was mentioned the sheriff's posse, they've actually reached out and they are really wanting to make it work very well.
Good.
Awesome. I think there's some opportunities there for us to continue to grow and, to bring horses back fully into these higher events that we do instead of outsourcing. And that's it for me. I just know that I will be here if you need to get a hold of me, or if you want to, I don't know, some 4-Hers. I know this is separate, but the Rotary Club, I can do that.
I do need that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
need that.
I do need that.
Okay.
Thanks for the reminder, because I forgot. Yeah.
What'd you forget?
4-H Kids for the Rotary Luncheon.
Oh, okay.
So in your packet, there's information about the Rotary Luncheon. Please all come to the Rotary Luncheon. And then Alan usually brings kids over to talk about their projects, and then we usually have an entertainer and.
So we, yeah, and just try to, give the full picture of 4-H, not just the typical, like, just animals, it's so much more. So, yeah, and I'm excited that we are growing, and thank you for your partnership, and thank you for breakfast. Thank you to Elmer's for the.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
really cool that, that we have that. So if there's anything you need, I do have fair shirts for you. Thanks for letting and we'll link you up.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
Alan mentioned the new gates. That wasn't a comment. It looks really good having finally long awaited.
I know.
I know,
I noticed that the old fencing that was closer to the barns has all been removed,
Which,
or
well, all the old fencing has been removed, so.
it looked like the fence that was like right behind the bunkers and just not far from the.
Oh, yeah, there was like 60 feet of fence there. Yeah, we're just gonna temporary fence that.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So will so like for campground, that'll be basically the same
It's-
footprint.
yeah. But we're just gonna use temporary fencing. Yeah.
It's been asked a lot about access, because they have to come all the way out and then back through security. Can they access the campground on the east end from behind the bars?
I'm not
Right in the
sure.
corner.
We can talk about it after, because you'll have to show me on the map. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the reason why.
We'll have to look at the map, because I don't recall off the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be fencing back there, so. Like normal, but there's also way more campers this year,
Oh, is there?
a lot more. It's
Okay.
completely full,
With
and
the-
Albert's getting creative about where he's gonna stick people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does that exceed the expected budget from the revenue created?
It might, yeah, should. But we have to, we have to stripe out more spaces and. Yeah, he spent most of the day out there being creative on how he was gonna set that thing up, so. All right, Gary, we're ready for public comment.
Okay. At this time, it's the second public comment, open to any participants that are out in the audience. This time you get a chance of 5 minutes to be able to talk for a maximum period of 30. Is there anybody that would like to address the board?
If you would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand. Going once, going twice. There's 3 people on, but if you'd like to speak, please raise your hand and we'll open up your mic. No, it actually pops up on the little screen. Yeah, so, okay, we don't have anybody, Gary.
Okay, seeing none at this time, we're complete with the meeting. Can we get a motion to adjourn?
Oh, wait, hold on. County administrative update, if any.
No, we're really excited about the fair, really excited about, kind of Ellen's support. We're trying to get as many folks to get out there and support the fair, and just really a credit to Leah. She's been doing great on a lot of things, bringing a lot of the sort of issues around the fair, the fairgrounds to the central county leadership team, and we were really glad to hear about the recent policy around the wedding superstars, and that's really really good. So you're great, Leah. We're excited, and yeah, we'll see you all at the fair. We're outfitting Jerry. Shirts.
Danny, be
And
careful. After the fair, you still have to deal with it.
yeah, but
I'll put in for a raise for you.
okay.
Steve.
Okay, do we have any board announcements before we adjourn? Board announcements, just remember breakfast, Gary sent out an email about breakfast. Nobody has to mix pancake batter this year, so.
So,
Just get back to me by the 22nd so we can fill out the chart for positions. So we know.
That's what I was gonna ask. Last year, there was a lot of conversation about breakfast, so other than Elmer supplying the batter is the same as far as purchasing. Everything
Yep.
covered.
Ordering everything, and this year I'm getting smarter. I'm gonna have it delivered. I don't know why I never thought of that before. So yeah, we've got all the supplies already ordered, and then right before we'll order all of the last minute stuff from Costco and Safeway. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Helen, you do a great job getting the kids engaged and out there too, so thanks for that.
Thank you for eating a hot breakfast, getting started for the day. And then I just have to pump up energy.
Yeah.
that's fun, that's fun.
You need help?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so our next meeting is September 4th. I know that seems a really long time away, but it's not. It will be here before we know it, and we'll have a good debrief for the fair at that time. So the day after the fair, I know everybody starts texting me and calling me like, how is the fair? Like, give me a minute. I work till 1 a.m. the night before, so I'll roll in the morning about 9, and I'll start looking at attendance and some figures and things like that. I usually get something to Danny for the board meeting. I don't even know if you have a board meeting on that Tuesday after the fair, but I usually try to get a blurb out to the fair board and to county administration, so the board can be updated by Jerry and Danny, because they start asking. So you will hear from me like late Monday.
Nurse Bill with his gown and white hat.
Okay,
He's taking care of my wife.
okay,
She's having her second knee operated.
okay. Well, we wish her well.
The COVID's nuts.
All right. I think that's
All
it.
right. Let's get a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second,
Done.
Roger that. All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. See you
Thank you.
soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
I would guess, Leah, that you could